Thank you, Mike Kagwongo, for that report. Let's get back to our discussion. Just a reminder of who our guest is tonight, Roots Party's Professor George Wajackoyah. Let's continue with our discussion. Prof, there is an emerging group of opposition leaders, Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua. You are conspicuously missing. Do you disagree with them?
I don't disagree with what they are doing, but I'm a person non-grantor in that group, because from my experiences when we were in Azimio, apart from probably Raila and Kalonzo, most of them looked at me as a non-starter. They looked down upon me, and I can see the same group is grouping, but that is personal. But as far as I'm concerned, what I want to see them do is to talk about issues affecting the country. Issues affecting the country. What I mean by issues is, if you look at all of them, some have been in deputy president, ministers, members of parliament, Senate, and you look at the whole platoon, they have come up with just one agenda, Ruto.
But that's what they say is the most important agenda to them, Prof.
But what have they done when they were in power? I think when I was working in the system before, I would like, and I pray, I would like that each and every individual comes out and tells Kenyans what they did while they were in the position and what they intend to do when they get into position. Then maybe I'll be satisfied and get in. But I'm so disappointed with the characters, with the type of politics that they're playing, which is no different from Ruto's politics. They're just taking another front, but if they get into power, then how would you expect a young man who was born recently to group himself as a cousin? How would you expect somebody who does not believe in tribalism to be asked, oh, you have come on the table, you are a Kisi, go and bring this number of Kisis on table. You are a Kikuyu, go and bring this number of... Are we still going back to reinvent the wheel, going into reverse psychology? Instead of looking at Kenya in 50 years to come, where will we be? And then we compare with countries like Singapore and South Korea as far as economic development is concerned, with even Burkina Faso, which was just born yesterday, which is economic oriented. We are in tribal cocoons. This time Wakikuyu wanaisha, Wakalenjin wanaisha. I'm not going to be part of that crusade. That's why I'm just praying that if they don't break up very soon, start fighting each other, some of them being bought, I'm going to face all of them and I'll defeat them. Okay,
Prof. Is that to suppose then that you are not convinced with the calls for a consolidated opposition?
What I said is, if they come up with one commonality and choose one leader, I'll be saying thank you very much. But the kind of utterances they are making is what is making me sit back and say, what? I was in the US a week ago, and I saw, to my disbelief, one of those leaders equating other elected leaders as dogs. Between Ruto and the dog, which one is better? Can we stoop that low? Really?
So you're not convinced with the rhetorics of that?
No. But if they change, Kalonzo Musyoka is okay, I have no problem. Because Kalonzo is much more reasonable. And Kalonzo, if you look at his body language, he's there, he's not there. He doesn't like other people being abused. That's what I read in his mind. And I even called him and I congratulated him on that part. Please don't use that rhetoric of abusing other leaders. Even if they are bad, there are ways of doing things. If Kasongo is bad, yes, I don't like him.
To be fair, Prof, some will accuse you equally of abusing others in political rallies.
Well, there are some kind of talks, which even Raila talks that way. Even Ruto was calling me Muti Abangi in Turkana the other day. That was not abusing me. That was just like, but when you go and stoop so low and equate an elected leader to a dog, we disagree.
Fair enough. It's a season seemingly of political cousins of whose cousin. Who is Wajackoyah's political cousin?
That's nonsense.
Is it?
It's a total, how can I term it? Which physiology can I use? That's the most backward thing I've ever heard from a leader. You people, you are our cousins, we should vote. Come on, who are you telling? Gen Zs don't want to listen to that kind of language. They want to find out how or when they're going to be employed when they finish the university. They want to see development, infrastructure, and they do not want to see corruption. But if you are coming to tell me that now, wewe, na mimi, wewe ni cousin, I am not going to agree with that. Because I also have a group of followers who do not want to align themselves to anybody, but who believe in what I believe in. And part of what I believe in is economic emancipation, complete freedoms, if that can work. Of course, it's not easy to work. And also independence of the mind to allow people to speak in a way that other reasonable people will take it as reasonable. But now if you want now to frame people and then come out with so and so, we know Ruto is bad.
But Prof, contextually, that statement was made in an effort to vote hunt, isn't it?
That is okay. But then was it the right time? Why can't you go and talk to people in the open? My cousins, the majority of my cousins are in Uganda. Now, if I was to go that way, does it mean that I'm now trying to open up a room for tribalism? Wewe ni ndugu yangu, wewe ni Mkikuyu, wewe ni Mjaluo, mama yangu ameoa dada yako kutoka pande. That kind of rhetoric should be, let them speak because of freedom of expression, but people should not take those.
And if the proponent of that ideology, rather, or term of political cousins is to invite you, Prof, as one of his political cousins, would you accept?
Well, if he invites me as a Kenyan, I will go and have a cup of tea with him. If Ruto invited me today, I will not have a cup of tea, but I will speak to him because I don't know what will be in that cup of tea.